Hello, welcome to Team Rise and Fit team call for November 15th, 2017. I'm so glad you're here, and I'm glad if you're watching from afar or if you are jumping on here as we go. Thanks for jumping on. We're going to talk to you tonight about some things that we got from Leadership Retreat from Doug Moss, who is actually from corporate. Jeff Hill and Doug Moss came and spoke to all the diamonds at the Diamond Retreat, and Doug, works with all the 9 stars and above, and he said he's done lots of analytics over the years. He's had lots of questions of like, well, what does a top coach do? Like, what is different about them than me? Or what do I need to do to be a top coach kinds of things? And so he says he's done tons of interviews and he's always analyzing things, and he's come down to like these kind of final characteristics of what a top coach is and what a top coach does. And I think or the top traits of a top coach, I guess. And I think you'll be genuinely surprised of what the traits are, and also be surprised a little bit that you exemplify so many of them already. It's just a matter of being consistent with them. So I'm going to share my screen and my webinar, my keynote with you. So if I can actually click the right screen. Okay, so you can see this here. What is a coach? It's kind of just, again, recapping of what Doug Moss says. There are 6 characteristics of a top coach that everyone can have, everyone does have. It's just a matter of whether we use it or not. So what's a Beachbody coach? He said that if he was to write out a job description of a Beachbody coach, he would say that a Beachbody coach needs 2 things. 1, they need to help people achieve their goals and live a healthy, fulfilling life. Really basically maintaining the mission statement of the company. And 2, a Beachbody coach duplicates their efforts and teaches other people there's a business opportunity, and then which entails helping other people achieve their goals and live a healthy, fulfilling life. So 1, you help people. 2, you help replicate that process with other people to continue to help people. It's the pay it forward method. It's the ripple effect. It's all of these things that we continue to talk about. So what does it take to be a great coach? What is it that you need to be a top coach? He gets this question all the time. And I would say 1, you need to have amazing pregnant people on your team that can do tuck jumps at 7 months pregnant, like this one. You need to just be a happy, positive person. You need to show up and do your crap. And that's one of the things we're going to talk about. If you were on Tuesday's call with Happy and Fit, you've heard a little bit of this already, but not everything. The number 1 thing that you need to be is genuine. Your top trait that you need to be is genuine. That everyone we work with wants to help people live a healthy, fulfilling life. But you have to genuinely want to help people. Like, you have to genuinely want to help grow relationships and like people. And if you're not into people, you probably shouldn't be in this business. If you don't like helping people, you probably shouldn't be in this business. So you just genuinely want to help people. It's not about a point. It's not about a payment. It's not about a paycheck. It's not about a specific rank you get. It's genuinely wanting to help people. And if you can be genuine in this business, you're going to go far. The basic activities of a top coach: they help at least 3 people per month. They recruit and sign up new coaches each month, and they duplicate themselves to have their coaches do the same thing. It's so simple, it's crazy. It's so simple, it's hard, right? We overcomplicate things so many times because we take the genuinity out of that. Is that even a word? They take the genuine pieces out of it and just like start. Like, I'm guilty of this too. It's just like cranking things out and thinking I need to get things off of my to-do list. And because you want to help 3 people, you want to sign up new coaches, and you want to be able to duplicate yourself. But you need to stay genuine and do these activities. A second trait they need to have is they need to have confidence. They need to believe in themselves. They have done the work to gain the confidence. Beachbody company, the products, and the compensation plan. You have to be able to do the work to get the confidence. It's that competency-confidence loop that Brendon Burchard talks about, and Mel Robbins actually talked about this morning on the quote of the day, the competency-confidence loop. And when you put in the work, you gain the skills, you gain the competence, and that grows your confidence, and you continue to gain more skill and competence, and you continue to gain more confidence. And the more you use the products, the more you use the programs, the more you stick to the actual programs and the meal guides and those kinds of things, the more confidence you're going to gain and the more information you're going to have. And then you'll be able to actually take advantage of the compensation plan of what our company is. Well, if you're helping people and helping duplicate people, you're going to be able to have benefit of this. So our second thing was confidence and belief. All of this comes from the vital process. So getting clients, getting results, converting them to coaches, developing leaders. That's what we do as coaches. We talked about up here, like our job was to help people achieve their goals and then duplicate those efforts. And how do you do that? You get clients, you make the ask, you get them there, you help them get results, you help them stick to a program, you convert them into coaches, pay the gift forward, and then you develop them as leaders to be able to duplicate that again. And Micah Folsom, you probably heard this, right? You've heard the hashtag recently. It's called Do Your Crap. She is very good at this one. She said, you can be really good at these things. You can really try, hustle hard. You can, send messages out to 1,000 people and get 10 of them responding. You'll get clients. You'll get people results because they're going to stick to the program. You might sign up a whole bunch of coaches, and you could probably develop some leaders out of that. But if you're not doing these things, you're going to make this funnel so much harder. So the first thing you need to do is show up and share your journey. The first thing you need to do is intentionally expand your network. Some of the first things you need to do is genuinely connect with people, build relationships before you ask them something, and then promote your challenge groups and promote the coaching opportunity and invite to everything. All right. So show up and share your journey has to be first. You have to be showing up in your social media. You have to be showing up to people around you. You have to be showing up in your life. And if you're not posting on social media at least 3 times a day, you're not showing up. If people don't know that you're a coach, you're not showing up. You need to be intentional about expanding your network. If you're not adding 5 to 10 friends a day on either Instagram or Facebook, you're not expanding your network. If you're not genuinely connecting with people, liking, commenting on posts, if you're not being aware of what's happening in their life. Like I sent a message to a girl today, and I was like, hey, when are you going to join my challenge group? And she was like, well, I'm 7 months pregnant right now. And I was like, bad example. Like I wasn't aware of what was going on in her life. Like I scrolled through her pictures and didn't really see anything about being pregnant. So I sent her the message. Hadn't really done my homework very well. That was my bad. Promoting challenge groups, promoting what you do as a coach. If you're not doing those things, you're never going to be able to, you're going to have a harder time getting clients, getting results, converting to coaches, developing leaders. The first funnel goes into the second funnel. Okay. If you're doing the crap at the top, the things that aren't fun all the time, aren't glorious, aren't the mundane things that feel so blah. We all get a rush when we have somebody get great results. We all get a rush when we have somebody buy a challenge pack. We all get a rush when we sign up a coach, but we don't necessarily get that same rush when we post a story on Instagram. We don't necessarily get that same rush when we start a new conversation. Maybe we should. Maybe that's where we need to put our excitement, is in the top funnel, so that when we get to it, the bottom funnel just happens a lot easier. So one of the fourth things. Oh, the next one was being consistent. I forgot this one. You're consistent. Vital behaviors in the vital process. So just like you do your crap. You just do the things that you need to do. You're consistent. That was the third trait, was that you're consistent. You show up every day. You do your things you need to do. You just do your crap. You get it done, right? The fourth thing that he talked about, our fourth trait, was that they're flawed. Nobody's perfect, right? You don't wait to have it all figured out to move forward. You just get moving. Something is better than nothing. and you have to be approachable. You have to be relatable. He talked about how, like I said, he's the 9-star and above coach, and he has this one coach who loves to get professional pictures taken and then use them as her profile picture. And he will message her or call her up and say, you have to take that down. You are not relatable. You look like a supermodel. You cannot use that as your profile picture. And she'd be like, I know, but I really like it. He's like, you're not relatable. Take it down. And so, you have to be able to show your flaws. You have to be vulnerable enough to let people know that you're a normal human being just like them. Because if people don't find you relatable, people are never going to be able to join you. They're going to feel like they can join you because what you're doing is not what they're capable of doing, or they don't believe they're capable of doing it. So show your flaws, show the things that are not perfect about you, because none of us are perfect. He also brought up the book Finish by John Acuff. I downloaded it today on my Audible. I want to listen to it. I'm finishing up with the Grit right now, so I want to get right into that one. We need to make sure that we're finishing our goals and we're moving forward things. Like he talks about in the book, not losing focus, cutting your goals in half, really not losing your focus and moving forward towards your goals no matter what, not waiting to be perfect to get going. You're never going to have all the right moves. You're never going to have all the right pieces, but if you don't just start, you're never going to be able to get there. And if the flaws are okay, because it makes you relatable. All right, number 5, patient. You have to be patient to be a coach. You have to have lots of patience. And at this time of the year, we're kind of in a lack of patience at this point. It's kind of like when you told your toddler 10 times to go do something, you're running out of patience, right? But we need to continue to have patience today. Do the work. And know that the success takes time, always looking to duplicate yourself. And Gary Vee, this is a quote for him that Doug loves, is patience is grossly underestimated. This is not a get rich quick business. This is not a get fame quick business. This is a plant the seed, let it grow in belief, move forward. Results are not going to happen overnight. You need, just like the weight goes on over time, the weight comes off over time. Relationships take time. You just need to plant seeds and be patient and trust that things are going to take time to happen, but that they're going to happen for you. So always be looking to duplicate yourself, but do the work. Know that your work is not, having that farmer mentality, knowing that your work is not going to be in vain, that you're planting a seed, it's going to grow, you're going to be able to reap the harvest. But you have to be able to put the work in if you're going to want to get a harvest. Okay, you think about the Bugs Life movie, where all the ants do all the work and the grasshoppers come in and take all the food away, right? Like the grasshoppers wouldn't be able to survive without the ants. Be the ant, be the farmer, do the work, have the food ready for you. Okay. Having fun. Number 6, the last one, have fun. Bring joy to what you're doing. If you're not having fun in this business, you're making it way too hard. You're making it way too complicated. Top coaches love their teams. They love events. They love building relationships with people. It's not about a sale, it's about people. And when you really look at the top coaches that are successful and that aren't whiny or are actually having real success in this business and doing the mission, there are top coaches that make a hell of a lot of money. But there are top coaches that are in this for the right mission and doing Beachbody the right way. And you can totally tell. Kara and I had the luxury of sitting and waiting for about 35 to 40 minutes in the hotel lobby area one night. And we got to see lots of people walking back and forth. We did a lot of people watching that night. And we saw lots of top coaches walk around. And it was really interesting to see some of them in the top 10, top 20 walk around. And you could tell who was genuine, who was patient, who was kind, who liked people, and you could tell who was not. And you can, and we heard lots of stories from different coaches that were at leadership, that were interacted with these people, and they weren't people that love their teams like Trina does. They're not people that love to host events or do good things for their coaches like Trina and Julianne and Sarah do. Like, they don't necessarily love building relationships with people. They like building their bank accounts, and they like building teams that make them high rank, but they're not necessarily in love with really helping people. And if you start watching some of their social media, you'll figure out exactly who I'm talking about. But there's even groups of people, heard this, that I'm being recorded, so maybe I shouldn't talk about it. But anyway, like, it's interesting to see and hear and watch some of the people that are having fun in this business, and who are patient and who are kind and who are genuine. And those are the people that are always going to win in life and win in this business. And so those are the things that you have already in your life. And this one is a funny quote by Gary Vee. And, I'm not going to read it out loud because there may be children listening if you're watching this in the recording. But if you're living for weekends or vacation, is broken. You should not be waiting for the weekends or the vacations to have fun. You shouldn't be waiting for the weekends or the vacations to find your joy. That should just be a part of what's going on. So Gary Vee, potty mouth man, but he has some good points here. And then, another one. We have another page. I can't tell in my crinkled book. Otherwise, you're creative. They love their teams. They love their events. They love building relationships, people. They trust themselves to add their own creative touch. There's the 4 vital behaviors, but then there's also ways of adding your own thing to it. So Beachbody gives you so much freedom with this. They say you're your own CEO of your business. You're very capable of run it any way you want. They give us a short list of things that you cannot do, but there's no list of like, these are the things you can do, because the sky's the limit. You get to do what you want with it. So we get so much freedom to do what we want with it. Take advantage, find your niche. Who is it that you speak to? I'm looking at the people on the screen right now. None of you are in the same niche. I would say all of you have completely different experiences. And so, find your own niche. The one story that they really talked about a lot was this Take Back the Kitchen initiative that a husband and wife team had done. And find their names. Kara, if you know their names, you can put them in there. Jake and Amber Kuiper. They did this Take Back the Kitchen initiative way back at Summit time. They were like, hey, we need to get a handle on this. They knew Daily Sunshine was coming out. They knew these different things were going to happen. And so they were like, let's take back the kitchen. Let's focus on they created this free group. They provided value. They were giving recipes. They were helping families like really take back their food supply and like be better in the kitchen and serve their families better. And so they took this big idea and they made it happen. Beachbody never said, hey, here's a business plan, go do this. They created it themselves. They found a niche, something that they needed to do. Sarah Morrison is doing a similar idea, but it's called Flip the Family. She has this whole story of, she's like reflecting on like what is her big idea, flip the family. Her husband was super unhealthy, and she was too. Her kids are now eating way healthier than they would have ever done. Their health is completely flipped over, and there's so many changes that they've made in their lives. And so that's going to be her big idea. We're going to talk about big ideas. My topic is big ideas tomorrow night on the Fit and Free Zoom. But what is it that you are, what is your niche? Who are the people that you're specifically talking to? I've been thinking about school administrators could be my niche. Like everybody's mom, right? Everybody's a mom of toddlers, or everybody's a mom of elementary kids. But like, what is it specifically about me? I don't know, like I'm a school administrator. I love teaching. I love educators. I know that educators are, specifically administrators, are in probably the worst shape ever than any profession. They don't take time for taking care of themselves. So is that an area that I could work on? I don't know. I started friend requesting a whole bunch of people from SAI, School Administrators of Iowa, seeing if I can bring in people that way. we'll work on it. Like, but you get so much freedom here. Be creative, do what you do best, and find joy in what you're doing. So the characteristics are all here. Be genuine, be confident, have belief in the company. Trina has her 3 beliefs. So you believe in yourself, believe in the products, and believe in the company. I think I messed that up, but there's 3 beliefs there. You're flawed. You're not perfect. Nobody's perfect, but show those flaws. Be relatable to people. Be patient, because this is a delayed business. You need to be able to do the work, get your crap done so that you can see the results later. Have fun with it and be creative and with whatever you're doing. If you can add your creative touch to it, it's always going to be more fun for you to do, and it's going to catch people's eye. I posted that Shakeology social media thing today with Coach Caleb. What was he doing today? Like, he was talking about, oh, the Michelle Shako selfie. This is so overdone. Yeah, I'm still guilty of it too. And he like chugged it down and had this huge belch. Now, I've seen the video before. I knew he was going to do that. But the first time I saw it, I was like, seriously? Like, but yeah, it caught my attention. It did something different. Curiosity marketing at its finest, right? So do something different. Be creative. Be out of the norm. Catch people's attention. And so why not you? Do you have any of these characteristics? Are you genuine? Are you fun? Are you caring? Are you loving? Like, can you be creative? Yeah. Do you care for people? Do you believe in yourself to be able to do this and have the capabilities to do this? I hope so. I have belief in capability and belief in your capabilities. If not, I wouldn't have invited you to be a part of my team, right? So that's kind of what I've got there. I don't want to quit this yet. I do need to stop sharing. So hopefully you got something out of that, and I'll catch the chat here soon. Hey, Misty and Amanda and all of those of you that jumped on after I started. Yes, thank you for those things, Kara. The last thing I want to do is, if you were in the team page, there is a little document there. I just want to kind of self-reflect with you a little bit. So now that you've seen what top coaches do, I want you, and what their characteristics are like, I want you to go to this graphic, if you can see it on my screen. And it's in the team page. So if you can't read it very well here, it's under the graphic of the Zoom link. So you can pull it up on your own computer, or maybe you printed it out already. But we're just gonna kind of walk through some of these. I don't know if we'll have time to get through all 15 of them, but we did this morning on the Diamond Zoom for Team RISE&FIT, and it was really actually very powerful. Like, you would be really surprised, even in the diamonds of Team RISE&FIT, how many people are really struggling with some of these basic things. And so it's just a reflection time. It's a time to really be thinking about, how are you doing in this business? How are you doing with being genuine and caring and reflective and all those kinds of things? And what are you doing with the vital behaviors? So the first and foremost one, we'll just I'll just read it. You're gonna like gut reaction rank yourself, and then let's actually put them in the comments, so that I can't necessarily see the comments right now. Maybe I want to be able to see comments. Maybe I have to unshare my screen. Well, that's not going to work very well for me. Okay, well, anyway, we'll just go through them, and you can put them in the comments, and then drop them in there, and I'll go from there. Why can't I do this? Anywho, okay, number 1, I engage in my team's page and Team RISE&FIT, or you can say the diamond pages if applicable. How many of you rank yourself on 1 to 10, 1 being low, 10 being super high? I engage in my team's page and the pages above me. We'll just say it that way. Okay, so rank yourself in the comments. Hey, maybe I can pull it up here. Yay, I can. Okay, rank yourself in the comments here. You show up. I engage my team's page and the teams above me. Daily, yes, we'll say daily. You show up in a team page daily. All right. So when you're scoring yourself here now, like what is something that you can do? Um, how is it that you show up? So Kara, tell us why you gave yourself a 7. Unmute yourself in.
Well, I was being hard on myself because I don't engage in as many pages as I want to. I still feel like if I was just rating myself on Fit and Fearless, it would probably be a 9. But even with Rise and Fit, I don't feel like I do enough. So that's where Rise and Fit and Upline is a 7 on down.
Okay. Someone else want to share why they gave themselves a score? Anyone? I gave myself an 8 actually on this morning because I am in our team page a lot. You guys see me blow up the feed quite a bit, but I don't dig into the other teams above me as much as I should. I'm very rarely in Fit and Free anymore. I do engage in the Diamond page of Fit and Free, but not so much in the Diamond page of Rockstar Fit as much as I should. There's a lot of amazing resources in there. And that's usually where and why I go to those pages, is to pull those resources out and give them to you guys. So, just digging into the team pages not only is going to connect you to the community, but it's also going to find the resources that you might need that might spark an interest for you to get moving on something. Okay, so number 2, I'm in constant contact with my coach. I'm in constant contact with my coach. Score that one. Or whoever you feel is your mentor. Okay, good numbers coming. I would agree with these. What we realized this morning was a good reflection that somebody had this morning was that when they were as a diamond level coach or multi-star diamond level coach, like reflecting on their business, the people that have the best results are the people that are running with them, or the people that are really into the business are the ones that are connected. So this multi-star diamond was saying, the people that are running on my team are the people that I'm engaged with the most. So what if I want more runners, what if I would go get more engaged with other people in my team? If I went and found out what Leanne was doing this weekend and really knew what she was going to do, tonight, or if she was sick or how she was doing, or if I was checking up better on Misty and her husband, or if I was, like making me feel guilty right now. I'm seeing some of your faces. But like, what if I was very connected with people? I mean, we send, like with the leaders, especially the ones that are like pushing for elite here, like we're very connected right now, but like how engaged are you with the coaches that are in your team? How connected are they to you? And then how, even if you don't have a big team, if you're watching this and you're not someone that has a team under you, how are you connecting to your challengers? How are you knowing what's a part of their life and how you can support them best if you're not connecting with them? Yes, leading, the others will follow. Exactly. All right. Number 3, I know when my team late calls are, my power hours, and I am at the point, and I make it a point to be there. I can't read tonight, apparently. I know when the coaching calls are, and I make it a point to be there. I know when power hours are, and I make it a point to be there. Jess, you are on a lot of them. I would say go for it. Great job, Amanda. I love that you're helping her out with that. And I love that you watch recordings if you're not online. That's good. Thank you for being on tonight. If you're not showing up to any team calls at all, I know that there's a million of them that happen throughout the week. And I know schedules are crazy sometimes. I know that, in the mornings when we do our diamonds ones, I'm not always able to be on those. And I feel guilty sometimes that I'm not on there showing up. And I know that there's ones that happen throughout the week that I'm not able to be on. But that's okay. Like, you just need to make sure that you are showing up to something. Don't disconnect from the community by never showing up to them or always catching the recording. You need to be able to be present in it. So if you're 1 foot in here and 1 foot in over there, and maybe a toe in over here, and maybe an elbow in this one, because you're trying to do so many things at one time, that's not serving anybody in the situation. So if you're going to show up to a call, show up to a call. If you're going to be a part of things, and you can multitask in one other area, great. There'll be times that I put my headphones in and listen as things are happening, but try to be present if you're going to be there, kind of thing. That was one of the takeaways from this morning. I host monthly, number 4, I attend Summit and Super Saturdays. Rank yourself there. I think all of you have come to all of them. Heck yes, right? It was really kind of shocking to me. Like, one of the coaches was like Summit's a non-negotiable. I'm always going to go to Summit, but like, I really don't get into Super Saturdays. And I was like, what? Like, run one. You think you're disconnected? Run one. So you want to make sure that you are attending live events. We all know how powerful live events are, and how they can really support our coaches and other things like that. But our team is different in that we are all about the relationships. We're about bringing people into the community and really supporting their livelihood. And so making sure that we're getting to live events and showing people the community is a huge part for us. We have about 5 minutes left of this call. So if we don't get through all of these, I would encourage you just to go through the rest of the sheet and reflect on it. And then maybe write a couple of reflective points of like, what is something that I could do differently to improve on one of these low scoring areas. Okay. And I'm not going to go through all of them tonight. I want to kind of skip through here. But number 5, I host monthly challenge groups. Do you host monthly challenge groups? Do you know when your next challenge group is going to start? I hope so. And I hope it's not tomorrow. And I hope you're not scheduling one out for 7 days from now. I hope you're scheduling out a full week for ahead of time, that you have time for them to order. I hope you have them at least a whole month to 2 months planned out. My planner is downstairs, but in my planner, I have all of December mapped out. I have most of January mapped out, because if you don't have a plan, you're not going to have a place to take people. So make sure that you're planning things out. You know when your groups are going to happen. You maybe not know the topic yet, but you know when it's going to happen, so that when December 1 hits, you have something to be inviting to for January, because your December group is going to be starting very soon. And you can't just say, oh, I'm going to do clean week next week, and today's Wednesday, because people need to have time to order the sampler pack for that. They need to be able to be prepared for it. So it has to be something at least 2 weeks out, base minimum 2 weeks out from the time that you're thinking about it. So start brainstorming some of those lists. You can take a piece of paper and divide it into 12 squares and just like plunk out names, ideas. I know Jill was doing this at Summit, plunking out ideas and names for different challenge groups. So if you feel like you're stuck, you can always start with that, but have a plan, know where you're going to invite to. Number 6, I'm 100% present in monthly challenge groups, both as a challenger coach and by liking, commenting on all the posts. This one was a gut check to a lot of people on the call this morning, and myself as well. It's very easy to schedule things out and then not show up, or schedule things out and forget that it posts. That's super easy to do because we live busy lives, and some of us have multiple challenge groups that we're in. I would give myself probably a 7 or an 8 in this area, depending on the month. I feel like this month I'm getting better at it, and I've got 3 challenge groups going that I'm involved in. And so it's a little much sometimes, but at the same time, I owe it to them. They invested in me to be their coach. They invested in me they gave me the opportunity to support them. And so I need to actually do that and go support them. So good. I like seeing high numbers there. It means you're engaging with your people. Let's skip down to, I engage. I'm at number 9. I engage in my posts rather than post and run. Let's go to 8 first. I post regularly on social media about all 6 of my roles. Okay, so how often are you posting? And are you, we got 1 minute left, so be thinking about this. If you want to jump on and do that too, I'm just going to stop the recording. So we'll kind of finish